Hey there. The purpose of this video is to share with you a basic truth, and it's this. The best way to appreciate the importance of eating fresh produce is to grow them yourself and perhaps teach your children as well. Now, if you've never grown vegetables and think it's next to impossible, stay with me and I'll show you how easy it can be. By the way, when your children grow up to know what it tastes like to eat those vegetables from the garden, they are more likely to eat healthier as adults. When I was a kid, I used to help my dad in his vegetable garden. We grew corn, green beans, tomatoes, and a few other vegetables. I remember thinking it was exciting to help him find the tomato worms. By the way, if you're wondering about the worms, earthworms are good and tomato worms are bad. I remember my dad saying, why don't you go out to the garden and pick a couple of tomatoes for supper? And I remember bringing them in and knowing what they tasted like right off the vine. That experience should be shared by all children, either at school or at home. Now, gardening takes time, but it's really worth it, and it's not a lot of money. Okay, now I'm going to show you some of our starter plants. The first that you're going to see is lettuce. There we go. We are pointing with our natural organic pointer. Now this is green beans, which you can't see all of because it grows at a tall stalk like Jack and the Beanstalk. And then next we have our carrots. That is a root vegetable. And there we have Betty. Betty is our assistant. Yes, she has her own agent. She's a Hollywood video star, and her people talk to my people. Okay, anyway, there she is, smelling the carrots. And let's see if she can point to the green beans. She can point to the pointer. Okay, very good, Betty. Good. There, she's pointing to the green beans. Let's see if she can point to the carrots. There we go. All right, we're done. Okay, now this is not helping. Here we go. Okay. Now the first plant that's starting is our grape tomatoes. These will be repotted into bigger pots. Now there's one pepper that's just starting to come up. And the next we have the onions. Those are onions coming up. Okay, next is our spinach. That's just starting to come up. And here we have our catnip, which Betty is interested in, or possibly not. And next we have zucchini. The next plant is the hollyhocks. I put in a couple of flowers in here. And last but not least is our sweet pea flowers. Thank you, Betty. Now here is our corn coming up, non-GMO corn, and tomatoes. You can see it's already started to flower and give a little fruit. When tomatoes get tall, you want to prune them so you'll have more fruit and less leaves. Okay, here we have, what do we have? Cucumber that we're pointing to with our organic pointer. And now this is our non-GMO corn, a little bit more grown up. And last but not least, that is our zucchini. And zucchini are crawlers. They'll crawl around the ground, along the ground. They're crawlers. Okay, here we have our herbs. The first one is oregano. You can just put that in bigger pots and keep it indoors. The next is chives. Very nice. Chives are good on potatoes. And then next we have our grape tomatoes. They grow very well indoors or out. And then we have our regular tomatoes right there. They'll grow tall. You want those outside. And then finally we have our spinach in both of these rows, which will grow very well outdoors, even in New England. And there you have it. Now, if you want to know what to do with all these fresh vegetables, I have an ebook on Amazon Kindle called Green on the Inside. In there I share some recipes that are meatless and healthy. You can also email me at the email address below. Bye for now.